Alright, so welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the top 10 players in the NBA according to The Ringer. So yeah, they dropped this list about a few weeks ago now. I've been meaning to get to it, but I really wanted to check this list out because I like the way they do things over there at The Ringer. They give people like badges, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so like this NBA season has been all over the place. The MVP race is still so close between Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and I think a lot of people should be talking about Giannis, but he's not really getting talked about as much. But yeah, we'll come in here and check out the top 10 players, and let me know on the list if there's any players you think should be listed where and here and there. But yeah, if you go ahead and enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let's go ahead and check this list out. All right, and here's the list. So I said we're gonna do the top 10, but I wanted to do the top 12 because I think it's so cool. Like, it's much deserved that Shai is on this list and he's a top 12 player in the league according to The Ringer. So I thought that was dope. And also, seeing Anthony Davis at number 13, I wouldn't say I'm surprised about it, but seeing how he's missed a lot of games with injuries and stuff, I thought he would have been a little bit lower. But no disrespect to AD though, because we know when AD turns it on, he's really that guy, and he's really one of the best players in the league. And the Lakers are really going to need him to like really play and stay consistent. If they want to make the playoffs. So yeah, so seeing AD at number 13, I'm not surprised. But yeah, so like I said, Shai at number 12, we know the OKC Thunder have outperformed what many people thought they would be. And that was like not even in the playoffs, mainly just just in the play in, which they're in the play in right now. And I think they could win a few more games to potentially get out there playing. Not too sure because we know the West is still a lot closer than most people think. So yeah, seeing Shai at number 12, that's dope. Let's see what they say about him. Few guards make scoring in the paint look easier. That is true. He is by far, arguably, I would say he's the best scoring guard in the paint that scores in the paint of the season. His touch is elite. His footwork is impeccable. His badges that he has, interior scoring for sure. He's most definitely clutch, and on-ball defense, I'm not surprised about that. So number 11, we have Devin Booker, one of the game's most polished creators with techniques to get off any shot he likes and the patience to play great team basketball. He's a pull-up threat for sure. We know that. Feel for the game. He's by far one of the most skilled players in the league. Like he can get to his spot and he can create shots at an elite level. We all know about Devin Booker, and he's a very clutch player. But so with the Phoenix Suns, we seen KD drop, I think 35 when they played OKC a few nights ago. This Suns team is a very scary team. If they can stay healthy, this team could be very scary. So so Devin Booker at number 11, I'm not surprised. LeBron James at number 10. Wow, okay. One of the greatest players of all time. We know this. He made history this season and still a dominant force capable of excelling in any role. He's a potential GOAT. Floor general, feel for the game. We all, at this point, we all know who LeBron James is. And again, after the trade deadline, this Lakers team, it's a pretty good team. I think with a full year under their belt going into next season, this team could really be like, with a full season of this team and they're healthy, I think this team could be a contender. Now, we know, like I said, the West is so close in the standings. I think LeBron and them have just moved up to the 6th or the 5th seed, one of those. So that's but like I said, they're really going to need LeBron to play, and they're really going to need AD, because at the end of the day, they have the players, but it all comes down to LeBron and AD. We know what LeBron's going to give you, but what will AD give you? We don't know. But seeing LeBron number 10, he's been LeBron James, so I'm not surprised about it. Damian Lillard at number 9. Now, you can make the case that Damian Lillard has been the best point guard this season. Yes, he's been shut down. His team hasn't made they're not making the playoffs, and we might be coming to an end of an era with Damian Lillard in Portland. Who knows? But you can arguably say that Damian Lillard has been the best point guard in basketball this season, and I would not argue with you because I agree with that. He's been the best point guard this season. Bucket getting clutch master who is intent on ringing every drop out of who is intent on ringing every drop out of his time with the team that drafted him. He's a pull-up threat, clutch gene, floor general. Yeah, it's Dame Lillard. Like I said, you can make the argument he's been the best point guard in basketball. Yes, his team sucks. Let's just say the Portland Trail Blazers suck, but they got a lot of young talent. And like I said, we might be coming to the end of an era with Dame Lillard in Portland. Like I said, we all know who Dame is. We got Kawhi Leonard. Okay, Kawhi, honestly, when you think about it, I feel like Kawhi Leonard has had a quiet season. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's just with everything going on with the Clippers team. It's just like you feel it's like you don't really hear about Kawhi too much, and I feel like he's had a quiet season. So it's what they say: all-time winner, two-way monster who would easily crack the top 10 of any NBA ranking if his body allowed it. Yes. So I think it had came out that I think Paul George had said him and Kawhi wants to play, but the Clippers are like limiting them at like it was like they were limiting him from playing a certain amount of games. So yeah, that's also the crazy thing about. But on ball defense, injury concerns, pull up threat. We all know who Kawhi Leonard is. Do we really have to talk about him? One of the greatest ever do it, Kawhi Leonard. Jason Tatum at number 7. Whoa. I'm seeing Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid. I would have thought these two players would have been higher on the list, considering Joel Embiid is number 2 in the MVP race, and I think Jason Tatum's like number 4 in the MVP race. I thought it would have been higher than like they would have been in the top 5. Maybe I'm missing people, but let's see. Jason Tatum, one of the foremost shot makers in the world at the 4th spot, who's expanding his two-way intensity and closing in on the NBA's highest honors, pull-up threat, on-ball defense, clutch gene. Jason Tatum is still only 25. That Celtics team they're doing great things over there. Jaylen Brown, I think Jaylen Brown deserves more recognition than most people give him. But Jason Tatum has taken it to another level. Like I said, I believe he's 4th in the MVP conversation. Even though we all know is the top 3, but it's dope to see that he's really growing into himself. He's still only 25. So Jason Tatum, him and Jaylen Brown doing great things with the Boston Celtics. I thought he would have been a lot higher on this list, but Joel Embiid at number 6, intimidating interior force on both defense and offense, who has evolved to threaten opposing teams as a perimeter scorer, shot blocking, interior scoring, injury concerns. Again, I would believe Joel Embiid would have been higher on this list, but maybe I'm overvaluing Joel Embiid. I don't know. I'm just saying he's 2nd MVP. I thought he would have been a lot higher. But yeah, so with Joel Embiid and the 76ers, it all comes down that this team goes as far as Joel Embiid can take them. Because we know James Harden is going to give you James Harden numbers, but Joel Embiid has to be able to not be gassed out by the 4th quarter. Cause like that's what most people know him for. Is like he tends to get gassed out by the 4th quarter, and they need him if they're going to go far in this playoffs. They're going to need him to be able to stay on the court for majority of the game. Well, I say majority of the game, but they're going to need him to have high production in the 4th quarter where he's not really gassed out. I don't know how they do that, but again, Joel Embiid, one of the most dominant forces in the NBA. He's going to figure it out. It's Joel Embiid. You can't argue that he's not like the 2nd best center in the league or the 1st best center. You can argue that, but yeah, Joel Embiid, dominant force. Super. I really want to see how far this 76ers team can go before they decide to be like, okay, what is our next move? Because like they're going to be a good team because they have James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey is really good, but I'm interested to see how far this team goes this year and over the next couple years. Then we have Kevin Durant. Yeah, Kevin Durant. We just see him drop 35 against OKC, which is kind of cool. He's rocking number 35, and that was kind of cool. But all-time great scorer who provides no solution for the opponents. Pull-up threat, clutch gene, and human highlight. Yes, like I said, as long as the Phoenix Suns stay healthy, that Phoenix Suns team is going to be something to bother with. Now, we know Chris Paul's production isn't the same, but they still do have Devin Booker, and they still got Kevin Durant. And I think a lot of people sleep on like their role players. They have decent role players. Josh Okogie is a monster on the boards. Yeah, like they have a lot of decent role players. Terrence Ross comes in. Terrence Ross can give you an easy 20 points a game out of nowhere. But yeah, Kevin Durant, we know he did with a couple injuries. The one injury when he first got to Phoenix was kind of a weird injury that happened randomly. It was just a random injury. But since he's been back, KD's been hooping. Golden State, Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors, ultra dynamic offensive weapon who continues to stoke terror in the minds of opposing defenses as he rides out his prime. Pull up threat, ball handling, floor general. Yeah, Steph Curry. So we know the Warriors aren't a good road team, But again, Steph Curry is going to do Steph Curry things. This is what he does. He's going to come off the screens. He's going to shoot threes. He requires so much attention that he makes his team so much better. So I can see him being at number 4. But like I said, you can still make the argument that Dame has been the better point guard this season. You can make the argument, but I'm not mad at Steph Curry at number 4. Luka Doncic, wow, okay. So we know it's a lot of stuff going on over there in Dallas with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Now, I wouldn't say it's them because when they're on the court, the team is they're a good team. They're just not winning games. When Luka and Kyrie are on the court together, yes, it's a lot of ISO ball, but it's still they're still their numbers are still pretty good together. When and the team's a lot better when they're both on the court. They're just not winning games. But Luka, 24 years old, probably going to be top 5 for a long time to come. He's a master manipulator who sets the floor as he wants it, works over any defender in his path, and reads the game to perfection. Passing virtuoso, pull-up threat, and human highlight. I'm not mad at Luka number 3. Actually, I feel like Luka, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be number 3, but I thought Luka probably would have been, 4 or 5, I would say. But yeah, hey. Then we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like I said, we know the MVP race is between Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, but Giannis deserves to be in that competition. Like he deserves to be talked about a lot. His team could secure the number 1 seed by a few wins, and it feels like nobody's talking about. He's been putting up 30 points a game, and it just feels like nobody's talking about him. And I don't understand why. I feel like he should have more of a impact on this MVP race because he's putting up great numbers. He's the best team out east, so why is nobody talking about him? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Relentless competitor and selfless leader who develops from the Greek lower levels to become the NBA's most unstoppable force. Positional versatility. Wow, I cannot speak right now. I'm sorry. Interior scoring and human highlight. Like I said, Giannis is 7 feet now. Whoa, y'all see that? Giannis is 7 feet, averaging 31 points a game, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. This is what I'm saying. He's averaging these numbers with the best team out east, and it feels like nobody's talking about him to be in this MVP race. I don't know why. I guess it's just it's just Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. But yeah, I had no idea Giannis is actually 7 feet now. Wow. Okay, Giannis. And then number 1, obviously, the person who's probably going to win the MVP is Nikola Jokic. He's probably going to get his 3rd MVP. Perennial MVP candidate who should be in the best player alive conversation for the next few years at least. Interior scoring, feel for the game, passing, virtuoso. So yeah, there y'all have it. The Denver Nuggets, number 1 team out west. Interested to see how far this team goes. I believe Nikola Jokic is going to end up winning his 3rd MVP. But if it goes to Joel Embiid, I don't think people should be mad. I don't think people should be hating. And also, again, I just believe Giannis should be in that conversation a lot more. But yeah, like I said, Nikola Jokic, one of the most dominant players in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the MVP. If he gets the MVP, he's arguably my favorite player in the league right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does get the MVP. But yeah, so there y'all have it. So those are the top 10 players, even though I know we went over 13 because 12 or 13 because I wanted to see Shea in there. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if there's any players you think should be moved higher or lower, and let me know just thoughts in general about the list. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm gonna catch you next video. We out of here. Have a good day. Peace.